And can hear me. And no visual, which is good. I hope you can see all that. I will start very soon. Was it 8:58? Okay. Can't hear me. Okay. Input capture. Hello. Hello. Guys typing. Oh, good. Thank you. All right. I think I just wasn't talking. That's why you couldn't hear me. All right. That stays up, and that stays up. All right. Now leave this to just being. Stop it. You know what I mean. All right. Well, it's 8:59, and I'm always early, so let's start. Excuse me. I'm going to record it on Audacity as well, maybe with some decent volume. And welcome everybody to, well, welcome whoever's listening, the 1999 NRL draft. Where this is a big undertaking, and thank you everyone who's participated. And I understand it's a Saturday morning and a lot of people got other things on, but I had to use Saturday morning because this is the only time I can get the computer off my daughter. So this is why we're doing it on Saturday early on, because once we finish this, she's probably waiting around the corner and I'll say you can have it back, and I'll lose it for the rest of the day. So what we've done is we've done our 1998 season, and then we have gone through, and this little tab here has got salaries. I've taken all those little Y's and no Y's here, so this is just everyone's squad so far. Some people have quite a lot of people in their squad, some have not so many. Oh, that was really weird. Some have not so many. And is there any that are actually full? Because they can't bid for anyone anyway. No, okay. So everyone has at least a spot left. Now, it was very confusing, and I probably didn't explain it very well when I was on Twitter and I was talking to you guys about what you needed to do with this, your current cap and the salary cap. But basically, we'll just take the Bears for example, because the Bears, I'm going to be controlling quite a few of these because there are a lot of people who aren't here or haven't given me a response, so I'll go through that in a sec. But with the Bears, they've currently got 26. If I add a player to them, the player who is their 25th highest ranked, which is William McLean, he drops out, which means that whoever I put in there, the amount they added the salary cap is whatever their salary is minus the 55. So I think that minimum salary of 55 was what was screwing people up, because they were just adding the numbers up. So when they were removing a player, so if I remove Jason Taylor from this list, the next player up, which is Nick Shaw, jumps up into player 25. So the amount that the salary cap comes down by is not 268, it's 268 minus 55. And a few guys I explained it better than others too, so I do apologise I didn't explain it really well, but that is what it is. So these salaries, they were created by the ranking that I've got. Now the ranking has been tweaked a little bit, but it basically takes into account the amount of NRL first grade games they've played, the amount of international games they've played, the amount of State of Origin games, just anything like that. And they're all weighted, so obviously playing for Australia and State of Origin is worth more than playing a club game. And there's also English Super League, which is weighted less than a club game in the NRL. So when you put them all together, you end up with like a number. It's not like between 1 and 100, you end up with a number like 205 or something. Then what I do is I put all the numbers together, and there's sort of bands. So the top so many percent will be in the 90s, and then a slightly larger group is in the 80s, and then a slightly larger group is in the 70s, and then the 60s, and then the 50s. So every player is ranked against all the other players where they sit on those rankings, and that's how it goes. I know that's not the best way to rate it, but it's the only analytical way that I can do it, the only way without, that's subjective, that doesn't have, opinions in it. So when we get these ratings, we then put them against, I know that 55 was the minimum salary. I didn't know what the maximum was, so I thought it would have to be around high 300s, maybe 400. So I kind of just created a formula that used that ranking and then gave them a number, and then I used a little bit of randomization. So some players here, I don't know what ratings are here because I can't see them intentionally, because I don't want to actually cheat and just pick the better players, because some players, say Justin Morgan here, who is similar to Corey Pearson, they might actually have the same rating, but he might be just more expensive just because it's a randomization. I don't know. He might be heaps better than this guy. I can't tell. And I mean, Billy Moore and Justin Morgan might be the same or a little bit different. I can't tell you. So I know that's annoying that I can't tell you, but they're in here somewhere. They're in the formulas, but I'm not going to pull it out because it'll start giving people an advantage of knowing who's what rating. So we've done the same thing, obviously, with all the players, and then there's a free agency list, and you can get a general indication that obviously Laurie Daly is, a whole lot better rated than, say, these guys down here, which anyone can tell you, and that's fine. We're going to start from Laurie Daly. He's our first one. He is our highest salary, and I already know that there's guys wanting to bid on them because some guys have given me their list. So I've got a list from a few of them, and I'm going to be bidding on those players if I can. And basically the way this works is, this is every club, all the 21 of them. Here's how much salary they have remaining. Obviously the ones who are in red can't afford Laurie Daly, so they can't bid for him anyway. I won't put bids in, but if I did it, the macro that I run won't even let them do it. We'll leave a lock for a sec. The chance is, it's based on a ratio, and it actually takes into account how much salary they have remaining. So the Magpies have a lot more salary remaining, so they've got a better chance of getting him. It's the easiest way I thought to do it, is that way we're going to make sure that everyone fills their rosters a bit easier. This is how many spots you have left in your top 30. This is the best player you currently have in that position. You note the Rabbitohs don't even have a 5'8". They do have two halfbacks, and I know that Kev was playing a halfback at 5'8", but for the purposes of this, they're both halfbacks. The salary of that player, and then this is the position. I think that's how many people in that position you have. So the Bears have 2 5'8". Yeah, that's right. And then this is a little automator that I've created this morning. It takes into account how many players you have in position, and this player and his relationship to Daly, or to whoever it is, and takes into account the average of all the players as well. So if you have, say they have 2 okay players, and then this guy's really good, then it's gonna more likely say bid here. So it basically goes between 1 and 0. All these ones, all the ones that can't bid for him have got zeros because they can't. And the other ones, I think everyone else has got something. But if we went for another player down here, with a smaller one where most of the teams can get him, some of them would give me ratios like this. Obviously the Rams, Kevin Walters, you've already got Kevin Walters. It's probably not really worthwhile getting Laurie Daly. It's only like, say, 30%. So, if you want him, If Guy wants to bid for Laurie Daly, it's up to him. But it's telling me if he wasn't bidding, I wouldn't bid for him. So obviously this is the list. When I click that button, it's going to do, and it's going to put a bidder. It's going to put the successful bidder here, and then I'm going to just type the one here. And then when I type in, just to show you what happens, I type in Bears because that's the first team on the list. He gets cross line through him. This obviously I have to fix all this obviously, and then Laurie Daly goes into that team, and you notice that the Bears, well, they've now got only 145 left in there. So just remove that. So we're going to start doing that. Now, if there's a player that no one bids on, so if I call out the bid and no one's predetermined giving me a bid and no one wants him, probably more likely down this end of the list, that player will go back into the pool. We'll just leave him for a couple of goes, but I will do there's a little formula here, and what it does is it reduces that player's salary by a certain amount. It's by 10% of the difference between their salary and the minimum. So if that happens 10 times, they'll be on 55. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. Okay, so this lock thing, what that is that if you keep bidding every time for every player and you keep missing out, after the third time you'll get locked out for a go. So say the Bears bid for Laurie Daly, they bid for Michael Hancock, they bid for Dennis Betts, and they miss out all 3 times, it'll put a lock on them so they can't bid on Jason Stevens. That's basically what happens. But if they bid on these 2 and then stop, then it resets itself. Like it's only the 3 in a row. So, yep, okay. I think that's pretty much it. So what we'll do is we will type the name Laurie Daly in here. And if you want to bid, if you are in this list, I'll give you, say, 40 seconds. It's just gone 9:10. I'll give you a little bit of time, and we'll do that. If you want to, obviously, I'm just going to be talking to myself for the whole time. If you do want to interact, we have the free agency bid, but don't type smack in there. Just type in if you want a player or not. If you want to, we've got our other 1998 draft. So if you want to chat to people and whatever, you can do it there. Or if you want to send me anything, send it through there. It's probably better. I probably should have grabbed a timer somewhere. You know what? I'm just going to grab a 45-second timer. I won't do it now because it's been about 20 seconds, but I will put that on. Oh, okay. Maybe we'll just let it run down. So far, no one. I think there's only really you there, Guy, and maybe I don't know if Kev's on there still, but I don't think there's many people actually on this. So yeah, if you are there and you want him, you don't have to put a number, Kev. It's okay. His value is this. But I'm assuming the Rabbitohs do want to have a bid, so I'm going to put you in. I should keep talking because there's dead air if I don't. And if I do put this out on a podcast, it's going to be very, very dead air. No, it doesn't have to be private. You just don't put a number. Just say yes. You just say yes. You want a bid. So it doesn't matter how much money you have left over. You can only get him for that amount, basically. So 357,000 is the only amount you can get him for, unless no one bids and then his number goes down. I know this is not how a free agency works. Usually people will bid against each other and things like that, but it's just too messy if I do it that way. So this is the way it's going to be done. I don't know if the Bears said yes. I think that might be everyone then. Yep, that's exactly right, Guy. So, alright, so I think that is everyone in because no one, apart from I suppose the Crushers should bid as well. Who else? And the Rams don't want to bid, which is probably a good idea. Alright, so let's see if this runs. Now, if this doesn't run, we're going to be in a lot of shit. So, alright, let's push a button and hopefully a team name will come up there. Okay, whoa. Alright, magpies. I don't know what all that was, but... oh, it's stuffed all that. Okay. Get rid of that. And we'll type this in. I don't know what this has done. Oh, damn it, damn it, damn it. The macros typed numbers into things. Alright, well, this is still right, that's still right, and that's still right. It's just the bid thing doesn't work. Oh, I know what it's done. Okay. It's okay. Just bear with me. It has copied across. I don't want a... whoa. Okay. It's AB. I know what it's done. Okay. Just bear with me. AB, select, select. Alright. I have to fix something. Alright, it's okay. I've just... it's... why won't it let me go any further? I don't know why it does that. Anyway. Damn. Okay, so the macro for some reason is auto putting things in there. Okay, let's try something. Oh, I don't know, did I save it before I did it? This is just the chance stuff. For some reason it's doing... that all works. It's just everything after G is a bit weird. So the chance to win and everything like that is not in there right. Okay. Alright, what's this macro done? Why is it writing over things? It's for some reason writing over stuff. Formula, selection, paste special, selection A6. This is riveting now because now I'm looking at how the formula does. So okay, yep. So that is, selects it. It does a little formula thing. Oh, I think it's because I'm selecting and going all the way to the right. Oh, that's really annoying. Alright, so select, that's to give it randomization, and then AA6. See, for some reason when I do this too, I just can't go anywhere. So AA6 is over here. Why can't I? Why can't I do that? You know what? Just do that. Why is it selecting AA6? Range AA6 select, selection copy, range A6 select. Well, I don't want to do that. Section, paste special. Oh, this is really irritating. Is it this one? It's this one, isn't it? Run, FA run. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna... What am I gonna do here? Selection into right, select down. Why am I doing all of that? I just need to do those three. I need it to... Alright. It needs to pick up the name of the team. It needs to pick up V. Just needs to pick that up and put it there. Oh, where does it get that from? Okay, that's the problem. It gets the name from there. So that is... I'll have to cut this out later. That is the V6. So where does it paste in V6? That's not right. Maybe it's not that one. Oh, what is going on here? Okay, hold on. Which macro are we actually running? FA run. Okay, so select, do those, select Q6, selection down, L6. So where does it select them? It goes... So it works, goes that, and then that looks up. So at the moment, oh no, it's not that one, it's... Is it that? I'm just trying to figure out what it is, how I did it last time, because it puts a number there. Oh, I should have run it once just to see what it does, and then I would have went, okay, that's what the problem is. But now I've got to try and diagnose a problem on the run. So that is... Oh, I know what it's done. It's... It stuffed that up. Okay, so that is that number. And it's copied the selection. So it should be... This one is the randomization, which is up in there. Yeah, okay. So that's what it's done. So what I want it to do is I want that to be equals VLOOKUP 1 4. This must be riveting for you guys to watch. For some reason it's just put all these extra formula thing in there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do... Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to fix this macro. So we want to do 1 2 3, and then we want to do range V6 select. AA6. Whoop. Stop doing that. So what's AA6? Oh, I know what's happened. I've added tab things in. Okay, so it should be V6. V6 select. Yep, and then you paste it there. which is A6. Paste, yep, and then select range Q6. No, that is select L. That's L. So that's L. And then we want to, oh no, maybe it isn't L, it's Q. I don't want those. Oh man, okay. Abandon. I'm going to start it again. Hopefully I did hit save at some point and we haven't lost that whole thing. Okay, good. Alright, now I'm going to fix this before I run the macro. Alright. A6, Q6, L6. I think Kev just sent me something before. Oh. Going to work. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna just take couple of minutes and just make sure this works before I run it. I know that we've already ran it. Laurie Daly is going to the Magpies, so I'll fix that and I'll put that in. But yeah, if you're hanging around, that's fine. I'm just gonna be playing around with this so I can figure out what the hell I've done. Okay, so they're all zeros. That's all the right formula. Okay, I think I added tabs in and they've added extras. They've put them in the wrong spots because macros don't know when you add things in. So that, I'm pretty sure, that's AA6. Okay, so that is right. So that's where it should be. For some reason it types other stuff into AA6. So AA6 is there. So selects AA6 and then pastes it there. Yep, and then selects Q. Okay, so that should be right. Selects Q, selection to right, selection down, and then at range L6 select, paste, and then range K3, yeah, K3, application, cut mode, false, film, So that should be right. So it should say, it should do those three, select AA6, paste it there, select Q6, paste that, selection, copy, range L6 select, L, yeah, so it should copy that and paste them there, because that's the thing that tells you if someone's locked out or not. Okay, let's try running it again. Oh, it's bid at NA. Oh, because no one bid. Okay, alright, let's just chuck them back in again. But we know that Magpies, well, they got it there anyway. Alright, so hit run. What's NA? If it equals 0, 0, otherwise M6. Why is there an NA now? Okay. Why is there an NA? Okay. Alright. I'm just gonna do this. For some reason I think that might help, having a space there. Oh, we're really big now. Okay. Alright, I think we're back on. Alright. Magpies. Oh, mag. And delete the magpies there and type in Michael Hancock. That looks better. Okay. I don't know if this is going to stuff up again. Alright, I think we're back. Let's try it again. Michael Hancock. So, let's take the bids out from last time. Alright, so this says that the Bears would want to bid for Michael Hancock. Storm don't have cash, but they said they wanted him, that's fine. Cowboys don't want Hancock, that's fine. Crushers would. Magpies would. Rabbitohs, Kev, I'm going to be executive for you and say you're going to... Whoop. And then... So the Tigers want him too. If you're still there, Guy, if you want Michael Hancock, just let me know, because everyone else, I'm pretty much doing it for them. Cool, thank you. Alright, let's see if this runs. Now, I'm going to hit save first because I do not want to lose this. Please don't type over everything. Just give Michael Hancock to the Magpies as well. Okay, alright, well fair enough. The Magpies are just getting everyone. Going to run out of salary cap in a minute. Alright, now what's happened here? That doesn't really matter because it's not really reading anything, so that's fine. Alright, Dennis Betts. I don't think we're going to bid for the Bears because I think they might want some other different things. The Cowboys didn't want Dennis Betts. I've got here their list. The Crushers, they're only a 0.3, so I really shouldn't. The Magpies want Dennis Betts probably. They're probably going to get everyone. Rabbitohs, no. The Rams, that's you. The Seagulls apparently would be happy to have him. So, yep. And the Tigers, I think, as well. So, I'll type in Dennis Betts in here. Feels like it's just you, guy, listening and just you bidding. So, that's fine. You'll get a player eventually. What's that? Oh, okay. Someone liked that. That's not going to really help. Cool. Alright. Magpies. See if it comes up Magpies again. Oh, it comes up not available. Okay, that's even fucking better. Let's not do that. Something's a whack with this. It was working really well before, and then I added these extra bits in about who would want a player, and it's just screwed it up. Maybe it's just going to be a case of we're going to have to turn it off and back on every time. That's going to be fantastic. Okay, so those three are bidding on it. Please don't say NA. Oh, come on. Why did it then go NA? VLOOKUP 1. Oh, what are these numbers? That's what's happening. It's writing over this number for some reason. It's writing over that formula. Okay. Wonder what was it? Write us over a formula somehow. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is not going the way I wanted it to. Alright, unhide those. Why is it writing over? Okay, this is a formula. I'm ranking those numbers. For some reason it writes over the rank. Edit. Okay, so types those three, that's the thing to make it go. AA6. AA6 is the thing. Alright, so it copies it, it pastes it there. Then that's paste. And then range Q6 selects that one. So I'm trying to find what it's doing wrong. It's not doing anything wrong. It's not actually supposed to be pasting anything over that, but for some reason it just posts the thing over it. Alright, feels very broken. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to leave it so I can see it how it runs. I think that's the only way I can do it. So I'll just do this so we can. Probably a bit easier to do. Alright. So we've done Michael Hancock. Next up is... Oh, I know why it's doing that. Okay, view. Unfreeze the panes. That's why it's doing that. I can't... Because I've got a pane freeze that's beyond the thing. Okay, how about we just do this one. That's better. And then I can check it, but I can still keep it like that. Alright, let's type in Michael Hancock and let's maybe having it open will fix it. Alright, cool. We're back on, I think. Okay, and we're going to run Dennis Betts a third time. This would have been fantastic if it ran properly. Magpies, yes. Rabbitohs, no. Rams, no. Seagulls, yes. And Tigers, yes. Okay. Oh, Michael Hancock can't go to Michael Hancock. He's got to go to Magpies. He's never been to me. That would have been funny. He would just disappeared from the game completely. All right. Let's try this for the 7th time. We're going to hit run. All right. Now, did it stuff this up? No, it did that okay. It did that okay. Alright, well it's gonna just do that weird thing every time, but that's fine. Alright, well it says Magpies, so Dennis Bet Magpies. They're gonna have no cap left now, so they won't be able to avoid the next person, so we won't even be in the bid. Just get rid of them from there. So our next one will be Jason Stevens. Alright, Jason Stevens. The good thing is, at this point, not many teams can bid anyway, so it is making it a bit better. Don't think Crushers. I reckon the Crushers would bid for him. It's at 0.8 there. The Rabbitohs, Jason Stevens. Yep, Rams definitely. That's a good one. Rabbitohs. It's saying yes. I think yes. Seagulls would definitely take Jason Stevens, and I'm definitely sure the Tigers would. Alright, well this can't say Magpies this time. If this is Magpies, there's something broken. So let's hit save, just in case. Because I don't want to... I'm happy enough doing that. I don't put them all back in again. And let's hit run. And it says Crushers, which is something is different. So, and they actually did bid, so that's good. So Jason Stevens goes to the Crushers. Alright. That's good. We get rid of that. And it's a little annoying having to do this every time, but it's not a problem. So, Jason Smith. And that all makes sense. And we'll change these bids. So, Bears won't want him. Cowboys said yes to him, didn't they? Yes, they definitely did. No, I don't have anything for them. Crushers. Think about that one. Rabbitohs. I think Jason Stevens at the Rabbitohs would be fantastic. And the Tigers. Yep. Not for the Rams. The Seagulls. They got Cliff Lyons. I very much doubt they'd want him. It's interesting you said pass on that one, Guy, because if you weren't here I would have passed anyway, because Kevin Walters is there. Alright, so now it should be a choice between Cowboys, Rabbitohs or Tigers. So let's see what it does. And it gives it to the Rabbitohs. So Jason Smith at the Rabbitohs. I think it's a very good pickup for them. That's not too bad. Okay, good. Alright, I don't know what's happening before, but yeah, it wasn't doing what I wanted it to. So the Tigers have been locked out of this bid because they've gone 3 unsuccessfuls in a row, so they can't bid. The Cowboys, did they want Butterfield? No, so I'll take them out. I mean, the Bears should go for someone soon, but I don't think none of these sort of make sense for them. The Crushers doesn't make sense for them. The Rabbitohs, no. The Rams, the Seagulls will definitely bid for him. So, let's put Tony Butterfield in here. Yes, I can help Perth. And you do not want Tony Butterfield. So it's no point running it because it'll just say Seagulls. And if it doesn't say Seagulls, I'll be worried. It does. Okay. I don't know what it is. I think collapsing the cells was what caused that problem. So if I didn't do that, I think it would have been everyone happy. But yeah, collapsed it. So anyway. Alright, it means everyone is back into bid again because the Seagulls won and obviously everyone else didn't bid. So now we have Paul Marquette. Okay, good. I actually spelt it right. Rabbitohs say yes. Paul, not Powell, Paul Marquette. Oh. Okay, well, that'll be Rabbitohs again. Rabbitohs this time. No one else can bid. Oh, the Tigers could bid, but they don't. They're saying they don't want to. Alright, we'll just leave them out. Rabbitohs. Sounds like you're keeping your powder dry there for some different players here, Guy. That's... I don't have to delete that, but I'll do it every time, just because I want to. Adrian Vowles. Interestingly, there's a bunch of players that don't even have a lock, but they can't bid for him because they've got no salary cap left. The Rabbitohs can't because they're over with that as well. The Bears don't want him. The Cowboys, I mean, he's not on the list of the Cowboys, but I might make an executive decision with that. Anyway, Tigers will say yes. I wouldn't if I were you, Guy, with Adrian Vowles, but it's up to you. This is why you have free choice. And the Crushers would definitely say yes. So it could be 2-horse race in this one. I mean, I got a list from AJ for the Cowboys, and he didn't want him. I suppose he got Owen Cunningham. Yeah. All right. Cool. It's everyone's choice. So we will click the button. The Tigers get one. Tigers. Here we go. What's the Crushers? Yeah. I think if I just didn't have that other part where it had the cells closed, this works perfectly. There's quite a few, there'll be more teams being able to bid soon. It's just that a lot of them have got less than 200k, and we're all at the 200k player level. So, Tyron Smith. It's going to get to a point, especially with some of these, like the Steelers can only pick minimum wage players. Yeah, a few of the others can only get a few of that. If you go to our list, a few of them can only get, like, you know, maybe a few players around here, but they're mostly going to be minimums. But there is a lot of players on minimum, so we will fill every roster. Even if we get down to Vince Fawcett, we will fill them all. And yeah, we'll have to just. I think I'm just going to type them in and see who might want what, and we'll just select some at the end for people. Okay, so Tyron Smith, it was a pass for Guy. I think the Cowboys, yes. I think the Crushers, yes. I think that's the two would want him. No one else. Bears are not interested because they have Billy Moore, which is fair enough. Okay, Tyron Smith is a Cowboy. I think he was a Cowboy, wasn't he? Oh well, he's there again. Alright, now I know I've got someone for Jason Hetherington. This is why I wanted to collapse this, but it won't let me do it. Okay. So, Jason Hetherington. Hetherington? No, Hetherington. There he is. Hooker. Wow. I don't think anyone will want him. That's fine. You don't have to. I'm going to pass for all these teams because they're not going to. So it's just going to be... Now, just to... I'm assuming I'm just talking to Guy now. I could probably just get you on a phone call and it'll be a lot easier. But if you don't bid for him, I will... There's a little reducer here, so I will be reducing him and then going 3 more rounds of other players and coming back to him, and that might change things. So don't... I mean, who have you got in the Rams? You got Dean Treester. He's pretty good. I mean, it's a lot of your cap to be taken up, but it's up to you if you want Hetherington or not. I'm not going to bother with 45-second clock. I'm just going to wait for you to respond, and then I'm going to do the rest. But if no one bids... Yep, I didn't think so. Okay, so Hetherington... We'll drop to 184 next time, and we'll put a little mark on him, so I know that he is up next. Damien Gibson. I don't know a lot about Damien Gibson. I think he's a foreigner. I think he's an English or a Welsh player or something. Anyway. A fullback. I think the Bears would go yes, because I'm pretty sure they're very scant on fullback. Cowboys obviously didn't say yes. The Crushers don't have a fullback at all, so that's definitely good for them. And I better type him in here for you. Alright, Damo Gibson. I don't really know anything about Damien Gibson. Does anyone... I'm only really talking to you, Guy, but do you know anything about Damien Gibson? Never heard of him before. He's, I'm assuming that's up to not wanting him and up to not knowing who he is too. Alright, let's see if he goes to the Bears or the Crushers. Yeah, I thought so. Bears. And that means the Crushers will get locked out the next one too. So the Bears get a fullback. The Bears get their first player for this free agency. These players have been quite fickle. So they really liked the Magpies early. And the Magpies pretty much ran out of cash and couldn't bid on people. So that's why they're out of it now. Okay, so next up after Damien Gibson is David Woods. I know David Woods really well. He's one of my players. I didn't have enough room for him. I had like 6 centers. So the Bears, I would say that's a good fit for the Bears. Let's type it in here. David Woods, and we're talking about the center who went to Penrith after Parramatta and just kind of disappeared. The Dragons, we've got Jamie Ainscough. David Woods to go on with Ainscough is probably not bad. The Rams could have David Woods if they want him, or could have a go at him. The Cowboys, I have the list for the Cowboys. No David Woods on here, so he's going to be there. Alright, so it's between the Bears and the Dragons for who gets David Woods. And so that's alright. We'll click the button. And he goes to the Dragons. It's a shame for the Bears. I thought that was a pretty good pickup for them if they got him. It's not bad for the Dragons, actually. It's really good for them. Nope, I keep scrolling. I should stop scrolling this right across. Just leave it there. Okay, so we've done 2 more. We'll do 1 more, which is Kevin McGuinness. Then we'll jump back up and Jason Hetherington will come up again. If he gets really cheap, someone will want him. Okay, so Kevin McGuinness is on someone's list. Who's on his list? Kevin McGuinness. So Gilward Ferris. Yep, he is on the Cowboys list. I think the Bears just missed out on a centre. They'd go for him. And this is Kevin McGuinness, isn't it? Yep. For guy I've got to keep remembering. Yes, you definitely do. Geez, you were quick on that one. Alright. So that's a 3-horse race for him. The Crushers are saying no. Yep, that's it. Alright, well, let's see. And the Rams, you get your first player. There you go. So, not Razum, Rams. Kevin McGuinness is a Ram. Nice. So, you got to use some of this cap up. You got more than everyone else, so you got to start getting some players. Gene Namu. Oh wait. We're not doing Gene Namu. We've got to go back to Hetherington. I mean, if he keeps going down, he's at 184 now. If he keeps going down, it's going to... I might get a chance to bid for him. He has to go down a long way, but he's now at 184. So the Bears are mildly more interested in him. I mean, the Bears they've got a hooker. Who is their hooker? Their hooker is Danny Farrar, who's okay. I don't know why it doesn't really want to. I suppose he's okay. We've got Mark Reba. I don't know. I feel like the Bears could do with Hetherington. I don't think the Rams are going to want him, so there's no point asking. No one else wants it. You know what? It's still below 0.5, so I'm just going to... Yeah, that's cool. I'm not going to ask you again, guys, so I'm just going to pass him again and go another 3. Because at 172... more of a chance that they're going to want him anyway. Anyway, we'll go on with what we're going to do. Gene Namu. N-G-A-M-U. Always misspell his name. Okay. Genie. Quite a fall from grace for Gene. He was... I think someone picked him up... can't remember which team he went to, and he didn't play many games because they picked up someone else better than him, and it was sort of like, might have been Canterbury. Can't remember who it was. It was one of the teams. I can look it up, but it was like, oh, you know, he's... Oh, wait, do they want Gene Namu? He didn't say yes to that, did he? Gene Namu? No. I mean, I would. If I was the Cowboys, I would, but and we'll just leave it because it's his decision. I'm going to take the executive decision. The Rams are not going to do it. So I'm going to put his value down 162, and then when he comes back around, the Sharks will be able to get him, and you know, if they want him, they can have him. Okay, we'll keep going down, so we remember that we're going to go a few more and then come back up to Hetherington. So the next one's Nick Graham. Some teams should be able to now afford some players here. We're getting to the point where we're going to be able to afford a few players. This band in here, in the mid hundreds, should give us a few more teams that'll bid on stuff. So we will say Nick Graham. That will be interesting. Who? I think the Crushers, yes. Yeah, and I don't think no one else can really afford him who would want him. So I think that's going to be a Crushers player now, which is a great pickup for the Crushers. Pick up Nick Graham. Alright, so Crushers. And then next one up is David Boyle. Centre. So I think the Bears will be interested. Type him down here. So definitely yes for the Bears. Cowboys don't have him on the list, so that's fine. The Knights, I'd say yes. Not for the Rams. The Roosters, yeah, why not? And the Sharks, I mean, they've got ET, but it's, I don't know what they've got after that. It's saying yes for them. I suppose we should stick to what it does. So, David Boyle, a man in demand. Alright, so if we run David Boyle, that's Bears get him. That's pretty big for them. Just delete all them. Okay, David Boyle. And our next one up, let's just do Jason Hetherington again. Oh, I've got to know how to type his name properly. Hetherington. Okay. Just give me a sec. It's annoying me that it's outside there. Okay, good. Alright, so if we go back to here, Hetherington. Yeah. Look, now they want him. So I think that's fair enough. No one else really would want him, so let's pick up Hetherington for the Bears. And that's fair enough. Much cheaper than they would have got him. They got him down to 170, so that's helpful for them. We'll leave Giannami one more, and then we'll go Tony Iro because we had two, I think, so that should be fine. So Tony Iro, I think it is. Yeah. So the Bears aren't bidding because they can't. Do that. And who is interested? The Knights are interested. It's a good pickup for them. The Roosters for sure would be interested. The Sharks, yeah, I think the Sharks would. I mean, they've got an Iro, whatever you say his last name, in their club at the moment, so I'm pretty sure they'll be interested. So yeah, so it's between Knights, Roosters and Sharks. So we'll run that one, and it's the Sharks. So there you go. Sharks pick up this one. Tony. Okay. Got to keep an eye on how much positions they've got. They've got left too. How much Sarah Cup they've all got left. Yeah. All right. So let's do Gene Namu again. Ahaha, yes, type the word sharks. He's not going to his own, he's not going to himself. Thank you for picking that up. That would have screwed me up later on because I would have lost him. Because what it does is it reads this and it puts it into the other one which says salaries. So if I don't type the right name, what it will basically do is they just disappear from everything, and they don't add up numbers here. So yeah. All right. Yeah, so Bears can't bid for a while, and they've only got one spot left, so that's good. Gene Namu. You're not going to be interested in Gene Namu. I think the Cowboys... I'm just going to make an executive decision for AJ that the Cowboys will take Gene Namu, because they kind of need a 5'8". He's a good player. He's not taking up a heap amount of this cap. Maybe... You know what? No. Maybe... I think maybe leave it one more. So let's just leave it one more. See if anyone else becomes interested at any point. Alright, Andrew Pearce. We'll go through some interesting players here. P-A-R-C-E. I mean, I could just keep with Gene Namu. I could just keep saying no constantly, and he'll eventually become a really cheap player, and everyone will want him. So, you know, that might end up happening, which is fine. That's all good. I mean, if he's a value buy, that's really good. Yeah, Andrew Pearce. Better type that in for you. Let's see. Knights. Yeah, well, maybe the Knights will get him, or the Roosters. The Roosters need to pick up some players. They haven't got a lot of. They've got a lot of spots, but I'm worried that if they do get him, they're going to have to get a lot of players on minimum. So, but anyway, that's fine. We'll do the best we can. We're trying to. I'm trying to be as impartial and be as good as I can for everyone. So let's see what happens when I run this one. Is everyone else in it? Yep. Yep, okay. Roosters. Andrew Pearce does feel like he could play for the Roosters. Makes sense. I've got a lot of salary cap left, so that's okay. I don't know why that's gone a different colour, but I'm sure it's not doing anything wrong. Brendan Reeves, a fullback. Well, the Crushers are definitely going to go for that. Let's type Brendan Reeves. Brendan Reeves. Yep. Okay, so Cowboys, no. They're happy with Peter Jorgensen at fullback. The Crushers would definitely take him. Yeah, that's it. So it's just going to end up being a Crushers player. And I'm going to type in the correct team, not his name. And well, at least I got the macro working, because that was going to be really tough if I couldn't get that working, because that's the whole thing. Willie Poaching. Wish I had the money I could put on him, because I would. Don't know why the Crushers wouldn't. Oh, I suppose Darren Tracy. Yeah, Willie Poaching. Because it's reading just to let you all know that if you do watch this back later and you're doing this, it's reading this number and it's comparing it to the salary and how much spots they've got left, and it's trying to, you know, give them a chance to go to not spend all the money and pick up some good players. Willie poaching, definitely the Tigers would go for him, and I'm pretty sure he's in the Cowboys list. Yep, definitely the Cowboys list. So we've got Cowboys, Knights, and Tigers, and the Rams just said they're passing on him. So yeah, let's see what happens there. Cowboys. Well, I got one for the Cowboys, so I think he'll be AJ will be happy I got him a second player. Yep. All right. Cowboys. Let's type Gene Namu in again. The Cowboys are still saying no to him. The Crushers are at 0.5. I think 0.5 is not enough, so I think maybe we'll go one more for Namu, and then because this will rise above 0.5, and I'll definitely bid, and I'm gonna put the Cowboys in the bid, because at that price, it's crazy prices. That price, you can't believe it. 143, Jesus, it's a big reduction. Okay, Greg Fleming. Fullback. Does anyone have Fleming? Not there. No, not in those ones. So Cowboys are saying no. The Crushers, I'll type it in here. There's no way you're going to want Greg Fleming, but you can type it. You can type pass for me if you want. Yeah. The Crushers will definitely say yes to Greg Fleming. They're going to pick up 2 fullbacks. Why not? I mean, if I was the Cowboys, I would have probably picked up one of these fullbacks. But I suppose they're trying to save. They haven't got a lot of salary cap left. They're trying to save a bit. So, yep. All right. Well, he'll end up being a Crusher because there's no one else left. No one else who would want him. Pretty sure the Tigers don't want him when they got Tim Brasher. So, all right. Fleming is at the Crushers. Let's just stop them picking up any more fullbacks, because once you've got 2, that's pretty much the end of it. It's the ratio thing here won't want any more, because it picks up how many players you've got in each position. And if you've got more than, I think the allotted is 2 for fullbacks. So if you've got 2 or more, it'll be like no. Very, very low likelihood we're going to want it. We're getting into some interesting names now. Not Jason Nicol, centre. Probably not a lot known about Jason Nicol. Just going to check my list to see if anyone did type him in. No, not for them. No, okay. I think a lot of these are going to be coming up later. Who? Jason Nicol, you know, that great, whoever the hell he was. Cowboys at 0.5, no. Crushers, sure, why not? Rams, no. The Tigers, Jason Nickelback, yeah. Let's see if I think the Tigers would. They got Butner. I don't know, I think he's alright. For 143, I mean, the Tigers kind of need. I'm just going to have a look at that because. Oh, that's a bit weird. Sorry. Where's the Tigers? How are they in centres? They've got Butner, and then they've got not much else. So that does make sense. Getting another centre would be good for them. Just trying to make sure that it's all based on ratios and stuff, and I want to just make sure that it actually is doing a good job and not just screwing teams over by adding extra players they don't need. Okay, so Jason Nicol, the famous player, rated just above Jeff Bell. I know who Jeff Bell is. Anyway, Jason Nickel. Crushers. Jeez, the Crushers are filling up their roster very quickly. They're going to run out of players. They're going to run out of the money soon. So, alright. This way, that way. So we've got Jeff Bell is up next. Now I'm assuming you know who Jeff Bell is. It'd be funny if, like, at some point, one of these guys, like Jason Nickel, was just a dude. He's on YouTube and he's just scrolling around and he just kind of sees this, and he's like, "Oh, that'd be pretty awful." I do say that these are just names, and I don't know a lot of these players, but it does not mean that they're not good players. The Tigers are just going to get him because no one else will want him. The Cowboys don't. No one else has got anything close to it, so we're just going to give it to the Tigers, and I think that's fair enough. Jeff Bell at the Tigers is good. I'm expecting that once we get down this list a bit further, there's going to be a lot more teams wanting players because we're going to be running out of players first of all, but also just they'll have the salary for it because the salary is what's doing it. He basically brought the Tigers down to only 65k left, so they're not going to be able to get anyone else higher on this list. Like, it's going to be way down here, and by the time you're down to the 60s, you know, you basically almost guys on minimum salaries, so it's probably not. They're probably not really worth it. All these players are good though. I mean, the thing is that some of them are a bit unknowns, especially some of the 55, but anyone that's got above 55 and above minimum is pretty good. I'll do Goldspink and then I'll come back up for Gene Namu. For my last Gene Namu, I think, because it should... Well, actually, maybe not, because it depends on who else has got people available now. Okay, Brett Goldspink. It's a name from the past. I think the Knights would say yes there. Front rower. Do you need... Yeah, I think you need front rowers from the Rams, so that's fine. So he's just getting up in the Knights. Alright. So let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Well, see, no one else wants Mr. Namu, so if it's a one-horse race and the guy has given me a list and it hasn't got Gene Namu in it, then nah, he can go again for another 3. All right, Mark Carroll. I'm assuming some people would want him. This is late career Mark Carroll, but still, he's a good player. It says the Magpies want him. That's definitely one. And that's it. Unless the Rams do. No. Okay, so the Magpies are going to get Mark Carroll. Alright, Magpies. I reckon that's going to happen is... Because the Magpies came up for Gene Namu as an option after I typed it, like after I changed his value when they could afford him. Now they can't afford him again. He's not going to be an option. Basically, the Magpies can only get minimum salary players now. So yeah, I don't know why it's got 55999, but just bear with me. It's fine. All right, so Magpies gone from there, and Scott Logan. Not Scoot Logan. He's got the same salary. There's a few in a row with the same salaries. I'll get Magpies from that. Does anyone want Scott Logan? Are you answering for now? I didn't type it in, sorry. Pass on Logan. Yeah, okay. Well, look, if we're passing on Logan, no one else is going to want him. And so we'll just make him red there. We fixed Hetherington, he's gone. Alright, Kerrod Walters. Surely someone wants a hooker. Doesn't look like anyone wants Kerrod Walters. No one on this list. Nope. I'm very sure you don't want Kerrod Walters because he's another hooker. You could get him back, but you got rid of him already, so... Yeah, alright, well, fair enough. He's going to be a little bit cheaper, so maybe people will want him soon. So, Kerrod. Alright, now we're down to David Wesley. You got a lot of cap there, Guy. So I don't know if you want to start spending it on players because you've got not. Alright, not for him either. Cowboys don't want him either. Alright, well maybe if we keep doing this, some more players will become available. I've only got, as it Eels, I've only got 93. So what I'm hoping is everyone keeps passing on all these players, and eventually I can afford them, because some of these I want. But yeah, playing the long. I get what you're saying. Well, we are all playing the long game because at this point, no one wants Gene Namu, Scott Logan, Kerrod Walters, or David Wesley. So let's try Barry Ward, but I feel like it's going to be the same because he's in the same position. And he's about the same price, so Barry Ward. Oh, not EY. Barry Wars. The Barry Wars. Alright, I'm just going to do it anyway because I know that this is the case. Bid on him, please. On Barry Ward? Okay, good. Well, then you're going to get him. Because no one else wants him. There we go. I'm not Scott Logan, sorry. Barry Ward. There we go. Just gonna make a bit of a change thing here. Can I just change this to... I don't know what that does, but there's a... It's now kind of going to really reduce them a bit more. Because I think we're going to be going back. If I'm going to do that 10 times to get him down low, I think it's going to... Changing someone by like 5 grand is not making a difference. So if I change them a bit more, it might be. Let's do one more, and then we'll jump back up and do Gene Namu again. So that is Brad Godden. A centre. Take him off Rams. Says the Rams would really want him, but you don't. So, who have you got in that position? Oh, you got Kevin McGuinness. Okay, fair enough. Brad Godden. Okay. No one else wants Brad Godden either. So he can go... So it makes a big more of a difference now. Alright, let's try Gene Namu again. Not Gene Gana. Wrong way around. NG. I told you I'm terrible at typing his name. It's Gene Namu. Look, no one else is interested. The Cowboys, they can just keep waiting. I think he's going to be huge. I think he's great for them. But I'm until someone else looks like they're interested, I'm just going to keep doing that, which is fine. Let's try the rest of them. Let's try Scott Logan. I mean, at 0.2, no one's interested in Logan. Let's try Kerrod Walters. No. And we'll try David Wesley. No. I think there's a glut of front rowers and it doesn't really want them. Doesn't really give them away. Alright, so we'll move on to Justin Dooley. Justin Dooley. So, Justin Dooley is in the Cowboys list, so they want him. And it's just if the Rams want Justin Dooley, they can bid against him. No Justin Dooley. Alright, cool. So that means that the Cowboys get their man. Which is going to be funny because now they're not going to be able to afford Namu. So, anyway, that's okay. Dooley. Cowboys. So that's alright. That's that one. Next up is Jason Ferris. Actually, what I might do, I'm just going to change this to be. Change this thing here so it's change the freeze panes to unfreeze and then freeze panes that way so that I don't have to keep scrolling. It'll let me scroll down as well. And don't forget Gene Namu exists is a good idea. Oh, I keep clicking too far. Alright, next up, Jason Ferris. Now, I think he's on someone's list as well. Halfback. Jason Ferris. He's on the Storm list, but they can't afford him. So he gave me a list, but that guy's 113 and you've only got 66k left. So no. Jason Ferris. When there's teams without a halfback and they still, like the Crushers don't have anyone in that position. I think the Rams have, I think you've moved someone. This is the thing, is only Reeds who's a halfback. So I think the Rams have moved someone. Yeah, you've got Healy playing halfback, that's right. You don't want to back up for Healy? Anyway, that's fine. He can get cheaper. So put a little red on him and make sure we don't forget that these guys are here as well. Another hooker, so this is going to be a no for you as well, guy. Garlic. I don't think anyone's going to want him either. I'm not even going to ask you because you don't want any more hookers. So Sean Garlic can get cheaper, and we'll try Simon Gillies. As a lock. It's only between, there's no one else can afford these players. It's between the Cowboys and the Rams, and both Cowboys and Rams don't want him, so that's same thing's going to happen again. This is really interesting because how I set this is that there's a bunch of players here that only 2 clubs can afford, and they don't. Neither of them really want him. So anyway, we'll keep going down the list. So some guys are going to get some real bargains here. Okay, so Scott Wilson as a fullback. I'll offer you Scott Wilson, but you'll probably say no. Scotty Wilson. Guys, nice typing, David. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, so another one who is going to get cheaper. Alright, let's try Gene Namu again. It's only the Cowboys. And they can afford him. And so can the Rams, but the Rams don't want Gene Namu. So I'm just going to, you know what? He can go one more down to 113. Oh, you want yes on Namu. Alright, cool. Alright, well, if you want yes on Namu, I'm going to put you against the Cowboys. And I'm going to give it to whoever wins it for 113. And that is a friggin' bargain for him. So, and the Rams got him. At 113. He's a good backup. He's a fantastic backup, especially because you did have injury problems last year with Kevin. So, yeah. I mean, the Cowboys did say him, so they can't be upset that I kept doing that, but I felt like it was the right way to do. Okay, so Scott Logan. Let's just see if we can... Not scoot. I keep trying to scoot. The Cowboys can afford Scott Logan. Now they missed out on... They missed out any front rows? No, they wanted Dooley and they got Dooley. I suppose I just gotta... I mean, these other players in here are not great. Maybe I'm gonna have to make an executive decision on whether he'd want that. I think let's go one more down for Scott Logan. And let's... Kerrod Walters, let's see. Not Jason Deeth, I don't think they're going to want him, so... Let's do that. And David Wesley. If you want any of these, just let me know. Because I'm going to put all 3 of them down again. I think what I might do is with this group, I might just put them down until... You know what? Let's give the Cowboys Scott Logan. Because I think that's fair enough. I think that's a player that they would want. Well, they've got 7 in that position. That's probably no good for them, eh? Kerrod Walters. See, they don't really want... They've got 3 hookers already. So I don't think they want any of them. So it's no point. We might as well just reduce them down until someone else can afford them here. Which is going to be until maybe the Bulldogs and the Panthers come into under 100 and the Seagulls. So I think what we do is we just go, alright, fair enough. Let's give them another reduction down. Because now they're available for Bulldogs, Seagulls, not quite Panthers yet. So the Bulldogs would definitely say yes to Kerrod Walters. Let's do Scott Logan first, because he's higher on the list. Bulldogs are saying yes for Scott Logan. They've got 4 front rows. It's probably okay. Seagulls have 5, and they pick up Tony Butterfield already. Let's say the Seagulls and the Bulldogs would say yes to him. I'm assuming the Rams are still saying no, unless you want to jump in on Scott Logan. I'll just type it in. Oh, Scott, keep trying to scoot. I don't think you need a front rower. Yeah. Alright, cool. So we'll run Scott Logan's one with those two. And he goes to the Seagulls. I'm going to get rid of that so I don't think there's a player still there. Seagulls, eh? Seagulls. Okay. Alright, now, Kerrod. Now, the Bulldogs want him. They do. Let's just to make it interesting, let's just say the Bulldogs are play hardball with him, and we'll drop him down to 95, and then that gives us a few more teams that might be interested, and we'll do the same thing with David Wesley. So that way there's a bit of a bid here. Because just handing him to other teams is not good. Oh, I suppose there's no bid still. Kerrod at 95. I think that's fair enough. I don't want to give the Bulldogs too much more advantage. I think they're the only ones going to bid for him. So the Bulldogs can get Kerrod Walters. Don't type Kerrod Walters in there, type Bulldogs. Okay, that's good. I think that's fair enough. And does that mean anyone? It's poor old David Wesley. I don't think anyone really wants him. Panthers. You know what, let's just go one more. 80 at 89. Because that opens up my team, and my team would want him as well. And at least makes a bid. So Panthers are definitely a yes. They would want David Wesley. And I think we would go for David Wesley. Finishes our team off. Do the Rams want David Wesley? You want him as well? At that price, it's crazy. No one would pass him up. Maybe the Cowboys. Alright. And the Rams get him. You get some good bargains there. Brad Godden. He's going to have to go down. 106. Let's see if anyone wants Brad Godden at 106. The market's gone. the floor's falling out of the market. Brad Godden. At 106. I don't think anyone else will be interested. You could probably wait. Yeah. Alright. You know what? There's this list here. I'm just gonna... to as someone who's probably in the range. The Panthers. Let's just do this. Actually, you know what? We've done too much reducing of those. Let's leave them for now. And let's go down to Shane Millard. And let's reduce him. Because that's there's no one interested in Millard at that price. And then what we might do is we might just do, I know someone wants Glen Eyre, but he hasn't got the money for it. So we'll type Glen Eyre in and see if anyone else wants him. Glen Eyre. I might just go down to everyone over 100 at this point, and then if I'll just reduce them all as one big thing. Under 100. If no one goes for him. It's just no one's got the salary. See, no one's got salary cap left. So it's no point really doing this part. I just need to get everyone down. Okay. And what about Ian Heron? Because I'll put him up next. And if he's not... So what we'll do is these four. And these two. Alright, let's try. So the highest anyone's got, we've got 93, 83 the Warriors, and then look, some an 87 for the Bears. So no one apart from the Rams, or the Panthers can afford someone. So if the Panthers want any of these, they don't want Glen Eyre. Brad Cotton. So the Panthers will take Godden. So I think would they? You got 3 centers. Let me have a look. I don't want to screw the Panthers over here by just making them take a player. So let's just see what they've got in terms of centers. They've got Girdler and then Elford. Oh, and then Clark. They're way down. Okay, yeah. All right. I think them taking a second centre, like a second good centre. No disrespect to Elford, but he's still quite young and he wasn't that great at the time. I think would be good. So Godden to the Panthers does make sense, and they've got a reduction on price. So we'll just run that and give that to the Panthers. It's pretty incredible. Some of the reductions we're giving, some of these crazy prices. Okay. Alright, now Jason Ferris. I don't think anyone wants a halfback who's still left there. Rams don't seem to want him. Tell me if you're any different, guy, but what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make this a little bit, just going to help this out a bit. I'm going to drop all these guys down again and run them again. One. Everyone there, I'm just going to run them at the lower number. Ferris. No. Paramount doesn't need a halfback. Cowboys have got Rodwell, they don't need a halfback. They've got 3 of them as well, so that's, or 2 of them, sorry. And I mean, do you want Ferris? Or Glen Eyre is the other one. If you don't, I'm just going to drop both of those again. Not yet. Good call. Sean Garlic. Well, the Eels are saying yes to Garlic, but I'm not. He's good, but Jackson was pretty good. Jackson's like a much better player. Who else was my second? I think I've got Dennis Moran or something as well. So who have I got as hookers? I've got Jackson there, and then Casey Maguire is okay as a backup. And then Mick Jenkins, apparently. It's a good one. Sure. I kept him just because I think I just didn't care about getting rid of players. So, alright, Simon Gillies. Let's see if anyone... Gillies. No. No one wants Mr. Gillies. Scott Wilson. Let's see if he's... Oh, interesting. We've got Ryder Silver and it tells us that maybe we want Scott Wilson. And the Cowboys. Yeah. I don't think I want to spend my money on Scott Wilson. So... Yeah. It's a shame. No, I don't think I would. And they're not... It's not on this guy's list, but... I feel like one more for him, and then maybe we'll get people interested. Oh, I got it fullback. It's Parramatta got it fullback. Apart from the one fullback we have, Silva. Okay, we don't have a backup fullback, so I can see why it's telling me yes. Still, I think I could find someone else in this. There's other ones in this list too. Millard, no one's going to want a hooker, and Heron. I mean, okay, let's go one more down for all of these. All right, now I'm going to ask again. Jason Ferris. Still the only one who would want him. Yep. He's going to get very cheap. You don't want Sean Garlick. So see if anyone else would want Sean Garlick. Marginally we would want him. No. That's a no. Simon Gillies. Oh. Oh, come on. Typing. The Bears. Well, should the Bears just take Simon Gillies at this point? They've already got... Nah, it's fine. Leave them for now. The Bears for Scott... I mean, they just picked up a guy. I don't think it's worth it. And the Cowboys and maybe Parramatta, let's just leave that. I want a bit more of a race for him, so... Shane Millard. No. Glenn Eyre. Rams could get Glenn Eyre now if they want him. And Heron. So Heron's now also could become... You got no Eyre. Heron also the Bears might want. The Eels, I don't think we need him. I got rid of him for a reason, and the Cowboys, no. But look, well, I'm going to leave them for a sec. I'm going to, because Ben Samet is there, I'm going to go down to the bottom of this where it's 89, because then there's a big jump away. And I'm going to try all these ones, and if no one wants, I'm just going to reduce them and then go through again and just keep doing it till they're gone. Okay, so Ben Samet. Not smart. Fullback. The Cowboys. No. Okay. So I'm just going to make them red. And I'll reduce all of them. Ben Rorty. What about Ben Rorty? Yes, to Rorty? Alright, well, no one else is going to bid on that. You can have him. And the last one is Martin Masella. So he'll say yes, no one else, so I'll hold off on that one. Okay, so now we're going to do, that's everyone else has gone up there, yeah, we're going to do all of these. And Marcella. Alright, Jason Ferris at 83k. Eventually someone's going to want him. Or be able to afford him. Okay. Well, there you go. Well, you're going to get Jason Ferris. Because no one else can either afford him or want him. I really don't need to run that again, but I just feel like for formality's sake I should run it every time. You're going to start. You've only got 2 spots left too, by the way, Guy, so that gets rid of Ferris. Let's try Sean Garlick. The Warriors are interested in Sean Garlick at 81k. Well, the Rams don't want him. I think let's leave him one more. I think if only one team wants him and it's an automated one, we might just wait one more. We've put him down enough times. Simon Gillies. The Bears still interested, but no, not yet. And Scott Wilson. The Cowboys, the Bears, and the Warriors. Okay, all right. Well, that's fair enough. Now I think we could do that. I think the Bears would say yes. Cowboys, you know what? They need to get someone. And the Warriors, they've got Ridge, but he's their only fullback, so it's a backup. So that'll be, and I'm presuming you're still out on Scott Wilson. Hold on, just presuming so. I don't think you'd want Scott Wilson. Do you got Diamond Luke Phillips? Three dots. Alright, so we get an actual bidding here. And the Bears will get Wilson. The Bears had pretty much no fullbacks, and now they've got too many fullbacks. So they're like the Melbourne Storm. They've now got 4 fullbacks. So probably shouldn't have got for them, but that's okay. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of value buys for them for other players. So we did Wilson. We'll do Millard. Just the Warriors with Millard. Glen Eyre. And I'm presuming you don't want Glen Eyre. You got Ferris. There's no point getting Glen Eyre as well. Ian Heron. Alright. So I'm gonna say going to make an executive decision here for the Cowboys, but I think Ian Heron is good for them. And yes, for the Warriors as well. So let's run that one. That's Ian Heron. Cowboys. Okay. Still got plenty of cap left, so there's no point holding off. And who's next? Ben Samet. Fullback. Did they pick up? They didn't get Scott Wilson, did they? So you know what? Cowboys, yes. Ben Samet at 92. It's going to chew my whole salary cap, so no. And that's it. You know what? Let's just hold off on Samet again. And Martin Masella. Paramount's the only one who wants Martin Masella. Unless you want Martin Masella. It's an okay player. It's not the one I wanted. I wanted some of these other front rowers up further. I missed out on, but that's okay. No. Okay, I think those guys can go one more down. So let's just get rid of the... Yeah, you got 6 props. That's good. Well, then you won't bid against me, which is fantastic. But I think shrewdness in our salary cap department, and we're not going to bid just yet. We're going to wait and see. And we're going to do these guys again. And we're going to do... because that'll make a bit of a difference. Now, let's try again for Sean Garlick. We've got to find him a club somewhere. Warriors. At 78k, I think we can just give him to the Warriors. Oh, did I leave the Cowboys on there? Damn it. Alright, let's do it again. Yeah, that's better. Shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done it that way, but that's okay. We know he went to the Warriors. For some reason, it hasn't fixed that thing. That's alright. Okay, so he's gone. Simon Gillies. He is going to... Well, the Bears can't afford him anymore, so no one wants Simon Gillies. It's the unwanted man unless the Rams want him. Cowboys can afford him, but they don't want him. Eels don't want him. There's only 3 clubs that can afford him. We'll leave him now. Shane Millard. Cowboys mildly interested in Shane Millard. So a lot of guys with a lot of spots left, but they don't have much thing. So it's going to be a lot of these guys on 55 that we're going to be talking about. Just going to go through one by one, and I'll try and figure out which would want to go where. No, I don't think anyone's going to want Shane Millard at that point. Glen Eyre. Do you want Glen Eyre yet? Keep running out of air over there, guys. So, Glen Eyre. Only team that would possibly want him is the Rams. That's it. Yeah. Complete. Okay. I won't ask you anymore. Ben Samet. Cowboys. Yeah. Why not? Let's give him to the Cowboys. I think Ben Samet's good. It's a second fullback. They need one, and it's pretty cheap. Where is it? Ben Samet. I think that's fine. Alright. And Martin Masella. Oh. Matron. Eels and Cowboys. The Cowboys have got 7 front rowers. I don't think they want him. Pretty sure it's only just the Eels that will want him. At 80,000. We'll wait one more. Let's just wait one more. Okay. So let's just... Let's just change this ratio to 0.2 because it's taken way too long to get to the bottom. $74 for Gillies. 73 for Millard. 75 for Glen Eyre. $75 for Masella. Okay, let's try again. Simon Gillies. The Knights are interested. Just watching guys typing something. So let's take Cowboys out of the bid. The Knights. I mean, if no one else is going, you want any of those players? Okay, well that's fine. I mean, the Knights might as well just wait because at 74 he goes down again. They're probably going to get him cheaper. So Simon Gillies. I mean, they've got no lock. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to do that for them because if they go one more, they might miss him. So I think I should do that. So the Knights will pick up Simon Gillies. I think that's fair enough because if I leave him too much longer, then yeah. Okay, Shane Millard. Cowboys, who have 3 hookers already, don't need another hooker. So I'm not going to bother with that. Glen Eyre. No one wants Glen Eyre. Martin Masella. Just Parramatta again. And the Cowboys. I don't think the Cowboys have got 7 front rowers. They don't want another one. So let's go one more down and then we'll jump down to I want to get rid of these guys before we get down to Jason Burnham. Okay, so Millard at 70. Cowboys again. Glen Eyre. No, Rams don't want Glen Eyre. And Martin Masella. Interestingly, the Cowboys want him less. Now he's worth less. I don't know how that works. Yeah, I mean, I suppose Parramatta takes him at this point. 70. Doesn't leave us much left over. I mean, we need a front rower. We've only got 2 spots. Might as well just take him at this point. Okay, so Eels are going to say yes at this point. There's really nothing else that we're going to want, so let's just do that. So welcome to the Eels, Martin Masella. Higher pricing. We didn't go down that much, that's right, because we're only by the difference, so probably afford. I've only got 1 more spot left though, so don't want to waste my spot on only one. Don't even know what we've got in other positions. So that's done. That one's done. Alright. These 2 are the only 2 left. So we've got Shane Millard, Glen Eyre. So let's try Shane Millard. At least they're down to close to the other guys now. Oh, now we have some interest. Bulldogs are interested. They've got 4 hookers already, so I'm going to say no for that. Cowboys have got 3. The Roosters are interested. They've got Luke Priddis and 1 other. And the Sharks are interested, who have... Is it Shane Walker? Oh, the Broncos Shane Walker, yes. Sorry, I was thinking of the old Tigers player. Yeah, I think the Sharks for sure. And I think the Roosters would be interested. I don't think those 2 would, because they've already got enough players in that position. It hasn't picked that up. And the Rams say no. So we're going to get a run. We're going to actually get 2 against each other now. The Roosters against the Sharks to see who gets Shane Millard. And it'll be the Roosters. It's a nice pickup for them. Makes sense as well that they would pick up a player like that. So Glen Eyre is the next one. That's the problem with this part has been that there's too many teams with not enough salary cap left to actually afford someone. So next is, so we type Glen Eyre. The Sharks aren't even interested, so it's no point. So let's try and make him cheaper again. Just want to get rid of him. 66 ain't going to do it. $64. The Tigers are now interested. Send Eyre to England. I think the Tigers would take him. Let's go 1 more and see if anyone else is interested. Rabbitohs are becoming interested at 63. Yeah, I mean, they've already got 3 halfbacks, the Tigers. So people have got Cap now, and none of them are really interested at all. So Mariners have got 2 halfbacks already, and with Brett Morley, that's fine. The Broncos don't have anyone listed at halfback, and neither do the Crushers. So if we get him below 62, which is where he is at the moment, basically, I have a feeling if I go one more here, yeah, okay, now we get a bid because we've got the Dragons are interested, the Crushers are interested, the Broncos can't afford him yet, but that's okay. Rabbitohs, no, not the Rabbitohs, the Raiders. Yep, they're interested, and even the Tigers. So it's a good old-fashioned bidding war for him now at 61k. Glen Eyre, that's pretty good. Okay, let's do it. Let's see who's going to get him. The Dragons. So they waited until they could afford him, and the Dragons will take Glen Eyre. That's a pretty good pickup. At 61k, that is an incredibly good pickup. And it gets him off my list. So now I can get down to here. So now we can go Jason Burnham is our next one up. Oh, why are we doing that? There. Okay, let's get rid of all these. So now we've got some teams who can actually afford players again. Burnham. He's a hooker, so I'm not even going to ask you, Guy, because you don't want one. The Sharks could do with a hooker. But they could also... you know what? I think they might as well just take him. They've got... I think that's fine. So the Sharks will take Burnham. Right, next, David Bouveng. Mariners interested. Do the Rams want another center? I've already got 3. He's a good player. None of these guys want one. They've all got too many centers at the moment. There's a lot of centers coming up, so I think that we might just... I only boosted him by 1. Jesus. I feel like maybe I need to change that so it's... We need to make substantive differences between these, so I'll do that by 2, but at least it's something, so he can chill for a minute. Shane Dunley, halfback. Only the Rams would be interested, it says. I mean, we've got 3 halfbacks. I just want to have a look and see my own team, because we've still got Simon. I've still got Wes Patton. I've got Dennis Moran as well. Yeah, no halfbacks for Parramatta. Shane Dunley. Interesting thing is the Tigers are now not interested in the Storm. They can start to afford people, but none of them. We'll just get rid of the ones that are gone for him. Hancock was gone. Hetherington's gone. Silverite gone. Storm just got to. They missed out on Glen Eyre, I'm going to make an executive decision and say that if they miss out in Glenn Eyre, who is obviously a halfback, they're going to... They only just missed him. They're going to probably want Dunley. They had a backup. So, you know what? Let's just give them... Which is a shame because I thought they were in the running, but yeah. Anyway, Dunley going to the Storm. Got some centres up here now. Let's fix that. That goes there. So next up after Dunley is Nathan Barnes. Nathan Barnes. Apparently Nathan Barnes is really wanted by a bunch of clubs. So Tigers are saying yes. Let's go up here. The Bears. They got 3 centres. Yes. Today Barnes. Bulldogs. Yep. The Mariners. I think they would take Barnes. Rabbitohs, they've got 6 centres already, and so do the Raiders. I don't think they, even though it says 1 there, I don't think it's worthwhile. The Rams, he can back to me, and the Tigers have got 3 centres. I will just see if, I'll give you a little bit longer, guys, see if you're interested in Nathan Barnes. I'm sure this is riveting for anyone. Yeah, go on. Might as well, hey. Everyone get in on this one. You've got so much salary cap left that with only two spots left, you're not even going to fill it. Like, you're going to be way under your salary cap. Alright, so... Look, we're typing something. Can I buy 1 bit with a spare change? I should put a coach bid thing here and you just see how much everyone's got left over. You can have Bennett. Okay. Alright, let's run this. And you got him! Yeah, go on means I'll get him. Alright. Rams. Take Nathan Barnes. We'll go 1 more and then we'll go back to David Bouveng. I can't believe that one. You didn't even care. And then it was like, oh yeah. Alright, so Jim Lenahan. Presuming similar teams will want him. It's interesting. The Bulldogs not as interested in Jim Lenahan. The Bears, yeah, sure, why not? The Mariners, yep, they'll take him. The Sharks are perhaps interested. They only got 2 centres, so that's... I think they should. No for the Tigers. They don't want him. Don't know why it's sometimes saying yes and sometimes no. They're both a centre. They're both similar. I'm not sure. Not really sure. I'm going to make the executive decision the Rams don't want another centre. So we're just going to run this with the Bears, the Mariners and the Sharks. So that is the Mariners. I'm sure he'll be a big name over in Perth. Been informed by a guy who has 1 more target. I wonder who it is. Must be David Bouveng. Talking of David Bouveng, let's put him back in. So, look, the Bears might as well. They went for a centre, they didn't get one. The Sharks also went for a centre and didn't get one last time. So, yeah, these two can go against each other for Mr. Bouveng. And that is the Sharks. And it locks the Bears out. So the Bears can't bid again on the next one, which is Martin Locke. I don't think they're going to want him anyway. So that's Sharks. Sharks picking up a few players there. Okay, so next up is Martin Locke. Rabbitohs and the Raiders interested. I feel like the Rabbitohs definitely. The Raiders have 7 front rowers, so how about we say no to that? And the Tigers, who have 4 front rowers, yeah, I would say, and it's Martin Locke. Maybe I should just ask who your target is, although other people can probably read it, but it doesn't really matter because no one's bidding against you guys, so it's really just you and me. And then after these two, yep, after Martin Locke, everyone else is on minimum, so you can just tell me who it is, and because they can't get any cheaper, so you can just tell me who it is, and then I'll just type it in, and if everyone else goes against you, that's fine. Okay, Martin Locke, the Tigers and the Rabbitohs. I don't know. If you tell me you don't get him, if you tell him we could just get that one out of the way. Alright, I'll just go through them, doesn't matter. Tell me when you get, do you know what I'll do? Just tell me when I get to the one, and I'll do the rest of them. Okay, so we'll run that one. So we're on Martin Locke. I mean, I would have thought the Eels might have gone for another front rower, but we've only got one more spot, don't we? Why don't we just go for that? I'm just trying to think. We've got 4 front rowers. Where is Parramatta not got enough players? I don't understand why we wouldn't be interested at this point. I've got Danny Lee and Kalis, and I've got Marcella and Michael Vella down there. I suppose 4 is enough, but I don't know. The way we were getting injuries last time, maybe an extra one would be good, but I don't think Martin Locke's going to play any games. I really don't think it's going to matter who I pick here, because I don't think anyone's going to get many games. So, fuck it. Just add us in there. We've got equal chance with everyone else, pretty much. Alright, so, yep, let's run that. And the Rabbitohs get him, which is probably justice for the Rabbitohs because they only have a very small amount of front rowers. So, bearing in mind this is how players have been determined by the rankings. So, even though Martin Locke might be a front rower, he might be equally as good as a second rower or a lock or something, same as a few of the others and players that are in those teams. So it's going to be, yeah, it doesn't really matter. Jared Mills. So let's just, there's a lot of players here at this end. So I'm just going to type them all in, and we're just going to see. We'll just go in this order. I don't think this order makes much difference, but go in this order and see who would want anything. So Jared Mills. Dragons, yes, because they only got 1 winger. So that's a good thing for them. The Crushers, yeah, why not? The Rabbitohs, yeah, why not? The Roosters, yeah. Seagulls, yeah, why not? Storm, yeah. Well, the Storm have got a list. Okay, let's see what the Storm have got. So they're still after 1, 2. Let me have a look and see. So they still want a few of still available. He's not. And then I'm missing. Try to look for the other player that they wanted. Did I get past him? Was he even in there? Not even in there. I don't know. Just bear with me for a second here. It doesn't matter if you see this because it's not giving anyone an advantage. I'm sure he's in a team already. Find. Where is Nick Zisti? Why is it finding his name everywhere? I don't know why it's still finding his name everywhere. Is he in one of these teams or not? Ugh. Let's have a look if he's on this page. Oh, he is. Okay, so he's still available. I thought so. Just didn't see him when I went past. Okay, so he's still after 1, 2, 3 players, and the Storm have got 6 spots, so they've got to find 3 other players from anyway. Might as well go in it. The Cowboys, done. Those 2. So it's got 2, and the Cowboys have got 3 spots. Okay, so I won't do that for them. Right. Okay, this is obviously taking a bit of time because I'm a little bit not thinking, but yeah, alright. Might as well do this. Is heaps for this one. So Jared Mills goes to the Dragons. Barry Davis is up next. Barry Davis, the winger. Interestingly, other people don't want him now. I don't know why. I would think that they would want him still. Alright, well, the Storm are the only one who are interested in Barry Davis. I'm just going to keep saying names, guys. So if you see the guy that you want when we get there, just tell me and I'll make sure I put you in for that one. But the Storm are the only ones that want him, so the Storm can have Barry Davis, or who are signed that they would want him. David Bucco. Yeah, just tell me who it is. I won't make you pay double. I'll just, as long as it's someone that not everyone else wants. Someone else wants him, so I'm happy to do that one. I know he's on someone's list. We might as well just do him now. Triple. Let's just do him now. And you got a good chance of getting him. Otherwise, yeah. Broncos at 0.7. I'm not going to bother. The Raiders would definitely be interested, and the Storm is the other one who wants it. Obviously, put you in a 3-horse race, and that's the best I can do, because realistically, yeah. I mean, you've got the best ratio because you've got so much salary left. So if I click this button and it doesn't say Rams, I'd be surprised. There you go. You got him. Because you have so much salary left, it was always going to do that. So I just got to find where his name is. Rua. He's down here somewhere. Storm. That's why I did it on that ratio, because I figured that was... Well, not Storm, Rams. Sorry. So you are not applicable. You don't have anyone else to bid for because you have no spots left. So, thank you, Guy. You can hang around, or I can just talk to myself for the next 15-20 minutes while I just quickly run these through. Matt Rua's done. David Bucco. All good. Thanks, Guy. Thanks for turning up for it. That's great. It's I know if I run things on a Saturday morning, it's really tough for people, but it just, I had to do it. And when I finish all these, for everyone else, I'm going to keep doing this on the YouTube. So if anyone else is listening, and that's great. If I'm just talking to myself, that's also fine. I'm just going to run them through, make sure that every team's got enough players, because we've still got quite a lot of players to put in here. And yeah, if you're listening back to this afterwards, you'll see everything that was done. So it's all above board. I'm just going to go through every single player. There's a few guys, there's a couple of guys who gave me their list, so I'm going to put them on for their teams. And if they, once I've kind of got them there, if they need extra players, we're just going to keep adding them. And eventually we'll get to the bottom and we'll see what happens. But yeah, we'll, okay, let's just keep going. David Bucco. Just got to fix that up. So we don't want the Rams anymore. Oh yeah, I could probably, I don't. I was going to minimize the cell, and I realized don't do that because it'll stuff up this macro like I did at the start. So yeah, looks like no one wants David Bucco, so I'm just going to pass on him for now. Michael Bray-Beck. I think we're going to get a situation where no one wants anyone. Maybe what we do is we just have a look at how we'll abandon this thing. Maybe I'll just do a thing to say who has less than the right amount in that position. So if it's second row, yeah, just bear with me for a sec. I'm just going to do this. Fullback, wing, center, 5'8", halfback, front row, hooker, second row, and lock. And everyone needs to get to 30. I think it's 5, 5, 5, 5, 3, 3, 3, 3, and 3, is it? 2, something like that. Hold on. That's like the ratio I used on the other one, so that's too many, so it might be 2, 2, 2, and 2. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that's how many are in that position. Doesn't matter about salaries anymore, so I'm just going to change this to be equals if that is less than the lookup position there. You can see how to Excel now if you want to. It's like an Excel lesson. If that's the case, we put a 1. If it's not the case, we put a 0. And then we need to make sure that that's fine. That's reference. That's reference. There we go. Alright, well, why don't we can do that, but then, so every player is basically going to go. If I do it that way. What I'm going to do actually, I'm going to get rid of the ones that I know people want. So, alright, let's find Zisty again. Where did he go? Zisty. Nick Zisti. So who else wants a winger? Actually, what we'll do, I think it's more who they... Okay, I think I might change that. It might be... Let's just say... Let's go at the ratio of how many they've got. So he's a winger. So not just 1 or 0. So let's just make this a ratio of how much they want it. And that will be... that divided by this. I'm very sure I'm not going to put this out as a podcast anymore. Yeah. And I'll just, if there's people with equal, then I'll only have them bid for it. That is the fairest way. So that's how I'm doing it. That means that for this one, it'll be for a winger, Knights, Mariners. The Rams can't. Rams are out, so let's just get rid of them because they've got nothing left. And the Storm wanted him, so I'm going to, because he's on their list. So if you give me a list to say that's who it is, that's fine. Good. Done. Let's do it that way. So Nick Zisti. Oh, okay. That's not good. Damn it, damn it, damn it. I've screwed it up. How did I screw it up? Bugger, bugger, bugger. What have I done? V6. Okay. The Rams are in here. There we go. That'll fix it. We gave it to the Mariners, but we'll run it again. Sorry. I only gave it to the Mariners because I typed a number, by the way. It wasn't because that was what the answer was. Just it types numbers and then takes a random generator. Okay, cool. So we're back on. Get rid of the... There's no lockout anymore. Not going to worry about lockouts. Should I worry about the lockout? No. Actually, I should. I should just so I can... So... So because I... Whoa, what did I do there? Okay. God knows what I've done there. Okay, yeah. Alright, I think I'm right again. This is great. This is great. It's like chat to myself. Alright. Yep. I might chat GPT, guys. I'm just really enjoying chatting to myself. There we go. Now, I believe this window doesn't need to stay here anymore because there's no one on Twitter interacting with me anymore. So we're going to run this again. Those teams run Knights. There we go. So Nick Zisti will go to the Knights. Alright, so that's that one gone. Rua went. The other person he wanted was Gill. Peter Gill. Peter Gill. Wanted Peter Gill, but the Sharks will also want him, and so will the Seagulls, and so will the Knights, and so will the Bulldogs. Players left. Make sure that everyone's got players left. Knights got heaps of players left. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if they did. I don't know why I was thinking they didn't. Alright, cool. So we'll run Peter Gill. And he goes the Bulldogs. Right, now that's all that list for the Storm wants. So the other ones are the Cowboys wants. So they want Justin Holbrook, which I can only assume is a piss take, but I'm happy. Holbrook. Might not be. Maybe you just really love the game of Justin Holbrook, but halfback. What's going wrong with that? Bulldog's salary is not working anymore. Why is that not working? Oh, I don't want to have to open all that up. Oh, Peter Gill didn't pick up a salary for him. Why did I not pick up a salary for him? Peter Gill. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, why is it not working? Alright, I have to fix this. Where's Peter Gill? Dummy. No, that's if AP. Okay, so if AP was no AP 121, AP 121. Why is that like that? There. Okay, it's up here. Peter Gill. Maybe I haven't made it long enough. That's what it is. Damn it. I might just fix this because I think this is going to be a problem for the rest. If anyone's below a certain number, it's going to be an issue. So I'm just going to fix this. Sorry that this is the way it is. I really hope no one is actually watching this because this is painful. Watching me just do Excel stuff. I do apologise if anyone does watch this back. Just maybe flick forward about, I don't know, a minute or so and I'll have this done. But I'm not pausing it and starting this again because it's just too hard. So you can see how my Excel spreadsheet works basically. I really should have checked all this stuff first, but I didn't. It's so complex, I just didn't even think to look at all this stuff. And I think what happened is I had a lot less players in the free agency. I actually had to go back and add more players because I realised that we weren't going to fill up the rosters. So there you go. That's why that didn't work as well. Matt Rua. wasn't. He was too far down the list. Like the Rams were saying NA the whole time. I don't know if I have to answer all these, but I'm just going to do them anyway. Better safe than sorry. I don't want to have to do this again. Got to be close to the end now. What team's that? That's the Tigers, so we're second last one. Last one is the Warriors. Yeah, okay. So that should solve all that problem. Alright, I'm going to just collapse this back down again, because you don't need to see all of this working. No, still going. Still going. Oh, still going. Oh, there we go. That's where it is. There. Okay. Back. And we're back. And I'll just leave that gone. But I could put that back in now. It should work. Okay, how many... What did I pull that? How many players... what was it doing? Justin Holbrook. And the Cowboys wanted Justin Holbrook, despite that they probably wouldn't want him. The Bears will say yes. The Knights, the Magpies, the Sharks, the Steelers, and the Warriors will all say, yeah, fine, we'll take Holbrook. So, Cowboys got him, which I'm glad that eventually someone got who they wanted. Apologise to Jay that he didn't get the ones he wanted, but I'm sure he's going to get some fantastic players anyway. Cowboys. Alright, there's one, and the other one's Reggie Cressbrook, which... Did I see him before? There he is. Reggie Cressbrook. Fullback. So, no. Yes, the Broncos. Yes, Bulldogs. No. Yes, Dragons. Yes, Knights. No, Magpies. Oh, Cowboys want him as well, apparently. Seagulls said yes. They said no. Yes. No. Okay. Alright, Reggie Cressbrook. Steelers. The Knights get locked out to the next one. Okay. Cool. So that is that. Gonna go up the top here. I'm gonna start from the top ones, and we're just gonna finally get David Buko going. He's also a fullback, which means that I should have just left all them on. Yes, Bulldogs. Yes, Dragons. Knights can't bid. Yes, Seagulls. Is that right? Yep. And yes, Warriors. Okay. So, David Buko. He goes to the Broncos. Buko's a Bronco. Okay. Michael Brabeck. Or Brabeck, maybe. 0.8 is the highest. He's a second rower. Oh, why? I just find it really hard to read when they're like that. I need it like this. Okay, so the Warriors are locked out. Doesn't matter anyway. They don't want this guy. It says the Eels would want him. We've got 4 already. I don't really want. I don't think so. I think I'm okay. Wonder if I could work out all of the positions and then make that with the player that the position they want to fill the most would be best. Hey, so maybe what I have to do. I just don't want you to have to watch me doing it. Maybe what I've got to do is I've actually got to make it where they want to fill the position more likely. So I suppose it does this anyway if I've edited them out. Maybe we need to change it though, so that it's not that rate, not just the ratio of their position over how many. We also need to add how many spots they have left. So the teams that got more spots left are going to be more wanting to do it. So it might be maybe what we do is times their spots left put that in the wrong spot. Yeah, there we go. Alright, that will just do it for ones that are... Alright, so for this one, Broncos, whoa, the Magpies are saying yes. Magpies, Roosters, and these guys are on 4, so the ones are on 4 as well. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Alright, we'll do that. Now, Brabeck, Roosters. Tavita Amone, which I played football with Tavita Amone when I was 10 or 11. Played in my team. It's an interesting bit of information that no one will probably ever hear me say, but yeah, I did play with Tavita Amone. Nice guy. So the Bulldogs, yes, I think they'd be interested. Mariners, keep the Roosters there, and the Steelers, yep, okay, I think that's fine. Alright, we'll run that one. So that's Roosters again. Filling their team up. Next one is Greg Smith. And just so you know what we might do, just so we're not going just down the list, we might be really, really tricky here, and we might just do a little because it's from number 53 to number... It's going to be a little bit tricky. I'm going to go to certain numbers, but only the ones that are available. So equals if equals if that equals 0, this number, otherwise 0. So that'll just give me the numbers that are still available. And then equals rand is fine. And then equals this if that is a 0, 0 otherwise that, and then f equals rank that number against all of them. Obviously it's 1 because there's nothing else in there. Then it's like a lucky dip as who's available, because some of these will go elsewhere. And if I just go down the list, the guys at the bottom are not going to get used, and the guys at the bottom might actually be good, because these are just randomly put in here. They're all just the guy on the same salary. So and then equals the number. What I'm going to do now is just here equals VLOOKUP 1 actually I might just type the name in rather than the number. Oh, type the number and the name, because then I'll find it easier. That one. There we go. We'll just center those two. Alright, I won't hide anything because I'm scared we're going to hide stuff. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Craig Kimmorley. Now 5'8", Craig Kimmorley, 2.5, 2.5. So the Bulldogs, yes, definitely. You'd say possibly yes for the Dragons as well. No. So you'd say yes for the Roosters. Yeah, I think that's it. And Steelers definitely. Right, so let's run for Craig Kimmorley. And he goes to the Bulldogs. Craig Kimmorley. The problem with that is I don't remember what number he was again. 90 something. There he is. Bulldogs. I'm going to be smart about this. Type 117. And I'll change my one and do that one. Troy Barnes. Troy Barnes. 2, 2, 2.5. So it'll be yes, yes, and yes for the Knights. But no for everyone else. The Steelers locked themselves out anyway. Okay, so Troy Barnes. Just move that over. Dragons. At 117. There we go. And next one's Daniel Brown, 83. Hooker. No. Keeps moving this over. I don't need to do that. I can just look at that. So definitely Mariners, yes. Definitely Magpies. And yeah, you'd say Knights as well. Okay. Magpies, 83. Okay, so next one is for Asu Afoa. So I don't have to type it again. Ugh, I forgot to type his number. It's alright, I'll find him. Okay, so 3.2 for the Bulldogs, yes. Dragons 2.4, 4.2 says the Mariners would want him. A 4 for the Steelers. Storm, yeah, I think they would too. Alright, cool. So we've done that one. Probably can just keep them on over time, but that's alright. So the Bulldogs will get for Asu Afoa. I have to just find him now because I stupidly didn't type his number in. There he is. Bulldogs. And this way it's also random, so I have no idea. Some of these players are slightly better than others, but I can't tell. This is extremely random, so no one's going to know. Justin Doyle, 104. Mariners are desperate for him. Steelers, yes. I would definitely say no to the Bulldogs. Storm at 3. Nah, let's just leave it at Steelers and Mariners. Mariners get Justin Doyle, 104. Alright, so get rid of that one. And Grant Stewart, 101. Magpies, yes. Mariners, yes. These other two are on 4, so we'll go Steelers and Storm, yes. Alright, Grant Stewart. Magpies, 101. Okay. Chris Mandalitis, 55. Mandalitis, not mandalitis. He's not a disease. So, who's interested? Mariners are interested. Steelers are out of it. I suppose leave the Storm Inc, otherwise not a bid. So Mariners. And the Storm got him. Cool. Done. Daniel Smales, 76. Steelers, Magpies, Knights. I'm gonna check something. Whoa. Magpies. Where's their squad? Yep. Okay, they're all going in there. But the Magpies don't have any spots left. Why is it not reading their spots correctly? Oh, it's not fixing the squad size. Okay, I need to fix that because people are going to go over. Alright, so it needs to... The Bears have run out of spots, haven't they? Alright, damn. Okay, so I need to fix it this way. Equals if that equals. Why can't it do that? Some... Oh, that's why. 633. Okay. Must be riveting watching this. Okay, yeah. Alright, I think that's fixed it. Oh. No, it's done something else. Okay, I need to fix that now. Oh, what has it done? VLOOKUP salaries, AH, need to... Oh, I know what I did. I need to stop that. I need to go back. Go right back to when I made the sum thing. Get rid of all of those. Because I went too far. Yeah, okay. I know what I need to do. Alright, so this is equals if that equals nothing. 0, otherwise 1. And I need to copy it, but not further because you can only get to there. Yeah, okay. And this equals sum that to there. Makes much more sense now. So I hope everyone's having a great Saturday, and I hope no one is watching this, because this is kind of embarrassing that I didn't have this already, and thought I had this right, And I didn't have this right. But look, what do you expect from me? This is basically what you expect from me anyway, so... Now, I reckon it's probably professional software that does this draft stuff for you. Most of this for you. But you know what? I don't want to do it the easy way. I want to do it the hard way. I'm used to the hard way. Okay, so I do hope that I haven't overdrafted, put extra players in or anything like that. Alright, so we should be right now. Yeah, alright, let's do this again. I think it was giving Magpies extra players. Hopefully no one's actually gone over 30. I'll check that later. So if they have, I'll just reduce the worst player. I'll take the worst player off. But I don't think it's affected any of the ones up here. It's only the ones in the 55. I don't think anyone went over it till they went to there. If they did, yeah, we'll do a special bid. Pretty sure not. The Tigers had 3 spots left. 1, 2. It's 2 spots left, eh? Must have only 2 spots left because they only picked up 2 players, and they definitely had no more than 28. So should be fine. Okay, and it was updating. So I think it's just something happened. It didn't update it completely. Anyway, the Mariners have still got 6 spots. That's true. Mariners. As long as that's true, then which way are we going? They're the one with the most. Yeah, they haven't picked anyone up. Okay, good. I think we're good. They picked up Jim Lenihan. They have Jim Lenihan. Yep, they do. Okay, so I think they were on like 23 or 22 or something like that. Anyway, we're good. We're good to go again. And we will pick it back up with... Did we do Daniel Smales? 75. 75 is Brock Moore. 76. We didn't do Daniel Smales yet. Okay, so 4. The Steelers have got a 4 next to them there. I think that's the only ones interested, so let's give him to the Steelers. It's 76, not 75, but it's alright. I know that. So that is the Steelers. Good, done. Steve Parsons, 77. Front rower. It says the Mariners, yep. They got to fill up some spots. It's got the Steelers and the Storm. Okay, so they have Steelers and Storm have 4 spots left each. Have I fixed the spots left up yet? Steelers. Yep, and Storm. That is true. Okay. So, yep, they're the ones who are going to bid for Steve Parsons. And it goes to Steelers. 77. Cool. Done. Let's take that off. Michael Doreen, 108. Alright. So Barrett is still in the hunt for a player. I think the Roosters would say 3.2 would say yes, and Storm would say yes, not for the Steelers now. Cool. So, Morco Doreen, Roosters. Mariners are going to play eventually, they'll have to. 108, Morco Doreen is Roosters. Hit that. Adrian Rainey, 73. Okay, so Adrian Rainey. Who else? Who would what? Sorry, get rid of these ones. Sorry, I'm having trouble because it keeps flicking back over to here, but it's very hard to see. Okay, so not as many people want him. Knights would say yes, 2.4, and Storm would say yes, 2.4, and I think maybe 1.8 would be a yes for the Broncos. Alright, cool. Adrian Rainey is Broncos. Jeez, it likes to pick those ones, doesn't it? Alright, he's 73. Keep going. I'll try and get this going. Frank Napoli, 99. So Frank Napoli. Storm missed out 3 times in a row, so they're not going to be able to bid. Mariners, yes. I just, you know what? Just run it with the Mariners because no one else is even close to wanting him. Mariners, 99. Alright. So next is Damien O'Donnell at 96. And Mariners not interested in Damien O'Donnell. Fullback, we're looking at Bulldogs, yes. And the Knights, yes. So we'll run Bulldogs against the Knights one there. And it's Bulldogs. So 96. Damien O'Donnell, sorry, is Bulldogs. Right, that's that one. Chris Crotty, 92. Alright, so it says that the Knights and the Bulldogs are interested because there's another fullback. Why would the Bulldogs be interested again? Did I add Chris Crotty to them? Bulldogs. Okay, didn't add him. That could be a problem. Sure, it didn't add him. Okay, let me just go back. It was 92. Definitely should be in there. Why is he not there? Damien O'Donnell, Bulldogs. Oh, what is going on with this thing? Okay, so if VLOOKUP 604 AN 555. Okay, I gotta fix this again. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. We added Peter Gill, added these ones, right? So if AP1, AP125, So VLOOKUP 6. AO 375 to AP 305. $375. Damien O'Donnell should be there. It's number 3. Damien O'Donnell should be number 3 in that list. He's there, Damien O'Donnell. Okay, so he should be there. So why is he not showing up on this other one? The other one is the one that we're... Is he not here? Why is he not here? So I should look up 26 for 555 to 602. He's there. He's 38. Oh, why is he 38? It's ranking. They're not there. It's ranking AR 529. Oh, I know why. The ratings. Oh, I don't want that. Unhide. There's a ratings tab. Find the first 0. Which is that one. Okay, that's something else. VLOOKUP 0, ratings B3 to X103. So I've got to find a 0. Would say ret, wouldn't it? X. Got to fix this thing so it works. Into there, that one's are all. That's why they're not showing up, because he's adding but they're not there, so it's not doing it right. X. So has that fixed it? Yes. So that should fix it. So now the books have 28. Is that right? Alright, let's try this again. This is very frustrating. No, that's not what I was doing. Okay, there. There, hide. Bulldogs have 28, yep, and they're there now. Damien O'Donnell is there. Okay, that's why, because his rating was the same as the 0 mark. So this should be right. Okay. I mean, some of the others might be doing the same thing. Magpies definitely have no spots left. Look, if anyone's not on the rating, it's because they're rated 50, which is the lowest you can be rated in this, so that's fine. Okay, that's fixed it. Hide that. Oops. Whatever. Okay, back to it. Chris Crotty, fullback. Obviously, that's okay. So it's just them. So the Knights can have Chris Crotty. It was 92. My caps lock on. Right, next. Tony Mestrov, 116. Mariners are saying yes. Storm, yes. I think that's it. Storm get Tony Mestrov, 116. Okay, next. Dean Raper, 84. Oh, just give him to the Warriors, 84. I can't bother about running it again. Okay, next up, Jason Ryan, 103. Steelers most interested, but there's a bunch of others on 1.2, so that'd be fine. Put them in as well. It's hard to see that far away. Bring it closer so I can see which one's which. Right. Steelers. 103. Fixed. Okay, next. Darren Bradstreet. 66. Oh, front rower. Mariners are saying yes to another front rower, which is good. One for them. I think Dragons are also interested because that's 2.4 is still good enough. Mariners. Red Street is 66, I think. That's right. Okay. Anthony Brand, 70. Oh, that's not right. Okay, I'll stuff that up. Type it in. Front rower. So the Dragons are interested. Mariners, not anymore. Say the Rabbitohs might be interested too. There you go. Bran goes to the Dragons. I think he was 70, wasn't he? Yeah. Tate Mosley, 68. Okay, so Tate Mosley. There's a bunch of ones that say 1.6, I think. Looks like it. There's a 1.8 and some 1.6. It says Storm. Still interested. Panthers, Knights, and Broncos. The Storm. We're getting close to having no players. Things left now. 68. Tate Mosley, Storm. Got 2 spots left. Mariners still have the most spots left with 4. So a few got 3. Some of them are finished. Let's see. Scott Whiting. 12. Okay, so 3.2 is definitely the biggest. So the ones on 1. Other one 1.8 is interested. It's to me a 1.6. Alright. Scott Whiting. Sharks. Okay. And then next one, Brett Taylor, 89. 5'8". The Roosters, definitely interested. There's a bunch of them on 1. Alright, so we shall run that, and Rabbitohs will pick up Brett Taylor, number 89, on my little list here. Good. Okay, turn that off. Glenn Murphy, 78. So Glenn Murphy, second rower, goes to the Knights, 78. Brian Seamson, 20. So he, I don't know, I did that. The Mariners, yes. There's a bunch of 1.6. Storm, Sharks, Panthers, Dragons, and Broncos. And the Mariners get that guy, Brian Seamson, 90. Okay, next, Sid Eru, 62. Who's interested in Sid, Arrow, Hooker? Well, not the Broncos. Panthers are out. And none of these three. So it's just between the Mariners and the Dragons. And the Dragons get Sid Eru, 62. Sid Eru, 62. It's Dragons. Okay, done. Vince Fawcett, 119. Oh, whoops, too far. Okay, so Steelers, yes. Roosters, Raiders, Crushers, and Bulldogs. Bulldogs get him, 119. Okay, how many spots the Bulldogs got left? 1, okay. Alright, next up. Deo Powell. 95. Center. Who wants a center? If you want 1.6. Alright, so Broncos, yep. Panthers, yep. Yep. Alright, so we'll run that. And it's the Panthers. 5, is that the right number? Panthers. Done. Alright, next up is Justin Yeo. Another center. So you've got Broncos and you've got Sharks, Steelers and Storm. And the Storm. Oh, I forgot to type his number in. Let's find him. Yo. There he is. Storm. Alright. Simon Forrest, 114. Alright, so just get rid of those. Who wants a winger? Crushers, Raiders, Roosters, Steelers, but they can't because they've lost 3 times in a row. Okay, so the Roosters, 114. Alright. I'm not going to record this anymore. This has gone for 3.5 hours. No one's going to be listening to this. Get rid of that. Definitely not going to worry about that. I've still got the YouTube live on. If you're still listening or still watching or you've whatever, that's fantastic. Simon Forrest is off. I'm just going to complete the rest of these. I might turn this off now and you'll see the teams that come out, and I'll maybe do a run through of that later. That's probably the easiest thing. Alright, so if anyone's listening,